share of one. So according to Bungie, they're going to be fixing a bug that has to deal with the weapon itself with div. Because for some reason, div is increasing the damage of it by 52%. At least by 52%. So that's the bug they're talking about nerfing, but they're not actually nerfing it. It's a bug that it's only with div. And they're going they're also going to be nerfing the reserves for it. But this is what I don't understand. This is why I don't understand. Because if you look over here, the max is 382. Now explain to me. Max special. That's not bad. Think about it. This has higher reserves than any other special. This has high reserves. 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 Let's see here. This has high reserves. This has high reserves. So explain to me, why the fuck would you decrease a auto rifle that is meant to have high rounds? Because it's 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Because watch. I'm going to empty the entire clip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 1/4. 14 reloads in 1/4. So explain to me this. And Bungie, I'm hoping you watch. Explain to me, how can this weapon requires a reserve nerf if Necrochasm and D1 had 832 magazine for an auto rifle, 50 in a mag, 752 in a magazine. Well, magazine reserves. That's over 800 mags. So explain to me. This is really confusing, Bungie. Explain to me, why is this auto getting a reserve nerf when I know for your dumbasses are going to nerf it to fucking 150 instead of 382? 382 is not much. Because look, I'm going to take a weapon out of my inventory, and I'm going to transfer 3 trace rifles that are specials. And then I'm going to show you the maximum reserves. This is with the reserves mods. So let's say here. So I'm going to take all these off. And then I'm going to rally so you can see the max. So the maximum with reserves is 382. Without reserves, it's 250. How can this be too much, Bungie? This is not too much. This is 10 fucking reloads. Exactly 10 reloads. How can this be a fucking bug? Especially the fact, if I go over here Transfer this out and put it in a vault. Transfer this out, put it in a vault. And transfer this out, put it in a vault. And then go into collections. Grab 3 trace rifles. 1, 2, 3, and technically the other one is effigy, which is another fucking trace rifle. And I go back to orbit. Actually, no, I'm gonna launch. Because this is the con. This is the con of the so-called bug nerf. So 3 popular trace rifles. So we go to Prometheus without reserves. So now you guys are going to see the Prometheus ammo. Prometheus has twice the amount of ammo without reserves. Now let's go get reserves. So that's 600 without reserves. Solar, solar, solar. Now this is with the actual reserves. None, because it's at the maximum it can give. Let's go take those back. And now we're going to put Wave Splitter on. Go back to Key and Soul.
Hey.
Hey, Natalie. I just don't understand why Bungie decides to try to fix their reserves when without reserve, which is a normal for weapons. Especially the fact it's 25 shots in a single mag versus Necrochasm D1 that had 50 in one mag. They had 50 in one mag and over 800 in the magazine reserves. So let's go ahead and switch to Wave Splitter. Wave Splitter has 474 without mods.
What
so let's go ahead and
with your live stream before lagging and then breaking it.
Spectrum tends to cancel out my live streams for some stupid reason, even though I have 500 megabytes speed. It's just Spectrum. So this is Wave Splitter with mods. Now it's 600 in total. 600. Now we go to the last trace rifle, which is, well, technically 2 more, because I need to pull out Rufus Effigy. Let's go to Cold Heart, delete this one. Let's go and pull out Rufus Effigy. And by the way, the nerfs, it's only because of div. It's not going to nerf the normal weapon damage. It's only with div. Because the div nerf is because of the fact that it's giving a 52% increased damage. So that's why they're planning on nerfing it. But it's only with div damage. But without div damage, it won't be touched. So this is Code Heart without reserves. Let's go ahead and make some reserves. Arc for reserves. So without reserves, it's 505 in it. Now with armor mods, that's 606 in one magazine. Now moving on to Rufus Effigy. Because I literally do not understand what is the point of decreasing the reserves if this auto has less ammo than every trace rifle in the game. And we're also going to be using div too. So we tested this one. I'm also going to grab div. So let's go ahead and put Rufus Effigy. Rufus Effigy is 438 without mods. Now, if you put mods on it, and now you're going to rally up, that's 555 in a magazine. Now we're going to do last one with div. And this maximum... not right now. I'm just talking about the pros and cons of the so-called nerf that's happening in episode 2 for this weapon, which does not make sense to me. So we're gonna go with div this time. Now, remind you, Choir of the One, or Choir of One, its maximum reserves with the mods is 382 in a magazine. Total ammo. Now explain to me why every single trace rifle in the fucking game...
Last wish.
Oh, I'm planning on doing Last Wish if I can get a team. We're doing Last Wish today for a Petrus run too with the
PLZ
Discord
last
stream.
wish.
Yeah, I'll do a Petrus run today at 7 Central Time. Which would be about 4 hours. Actually, no, 3 hours and 6 minutes. So, with div without mods, it's 447. With mods, and remind you, this is more less ammo consumption than any other trace rifle. So in total ammo, it's 564. Now, if we do the final one with Choir of the One, go back to Kane's Fall, load back in, and there's no mods. I have arc mods, so this won't be effective. This is what I don't understand with Bungie's brain. And you will see why I'm talking about, and why I'm kind of pissed. Because if you use 25, 25, 25, 25,
The Warlock
25.
had the same robe than yours.
Yeah. This is one I just bought a couple days ago. Alright. So this is what I was talking about. So according to Bungie, they're going to be nerfing the reserves for this weapon. As you guys see, without any mods, it's 250. With void mods, its maximum is 382, which is 14 and a quarter.
Can you show me your Hunter
reloads.
and Titan?
Yeah, I will show them. And now that is maximum of 382. This is not an auto rifle. Explain to me why they want to nerf it and decrease the reserves if this is lower than any trace rifles in the entire game. Even more lower than Microcasm. Microcasm has 432 with the mods. But yet, all these trace rifles, including the ones I tested, have more ammo reserves than an auto rifle. Why would you nerf something that has less ammo compatibility, ammo economy than any other fucking trace rifle in the game? Necrochasm in D1 had 800 magazine for a primary. 800 magazine! And yet, this is infinite now. But this cannot be where it's supposed to be. 250 without mods, 382 with mods. It doesn't make sense to me. It literally makes no sense. And machine guns have more ammo capacity than this auto. That's what I'm not understanding about this nerf that's coming up in episode 2. This is the con of this weapon. Yes, they're gonna nerf it with div, but the actual base weapon itself is not getting nerfed. It's only with the buff with div, because it's bugging div, which is causing the weapon to get 52% more damage than 15% like it's supposed to. That's the so-called bug that they're talking about, a nerf. It's not an actual nerf for the actual weapon damage, it's just to fix the bug with div. Which, I don't even use div that often, or have somebody use div unless they really, really want to. Like when it's required, like on Uryut or Rolk, or even Nezrak. But you're not going to see somebody use a div on Witness, on Riven. You're certainly hell not going to see it on the final boss of Garden Salvation, because no one uses divs there. They just do it just to get div. But Tractor Cannon is at 30%, so I'm still going to use it with Tractor Cannon, which is going to increase the damage more. And you cause more damage when you aim, but more arrow damage when hip firing. And that's why I got 5.6 million on Rolk. And to answer your question, Natalie, let's go ahead and check my hunter. I haven't touched my Hunters of Titans unless I'm going to Salvation Weekly. So this is my hunter. I don't really touch it. You could tell I don't touch it because I have literally no fragments for solar, barely. I have it all for solar. I have none for arc. I don't have anything for strand. And I have the same mods as I usually do on my other characters. But I don't have my supers either. Yeah, I barely use my hunter at all. But this is my hunter. Still like the Light Beast though.
Wow, you don't play a slot with her. She's sure sadly about.
Yeah. It was supposed to be meant for my sister-in-law, but she has not came over yet to play. Because she works 2 jobs, so she barely has time. Plus she's the accountant at a bank, so it takes like majority of her hours throughout the day. And my Titan. I got some stuff from Salvation Edge, but I mostly use these characters just to get the chance of the exotic. But I don't really touch anything but Warlock, because Warlocks are the strongest of damage. I mean, I got 3 supers for Titan, just missing 2. But yeah, I barely touch my Titan.
Stasis is sick hot face fire.
Yeah, it's good when you go up against Riven, but other than that, it's not really useful anymore. Not since they heavily nerfed stasis. I mean, they buffed it a little bit, but not to where it used to be. Now, you can literally just use 2 Titans with no weapons and just stasis the shit out of Riven and instant killer. back when stasis was actually super strong. But they dramatically nerfed it, so it's not as strong as it used to be, but it's still potent towards Riven. Especially the crystal explosion. Are they still doing the exotic? Yeah, they're doing exotic. So, that's pretty much it for that. I mean, as of right now, this weapon is extremely good for damage. And Bungie, I hope you're listening. Don't over nerf this like you done with my Sunbracers where you nerfed it fucking 7 times. Especially the solar grenades nerf. Nerf the fucking grenades of the damage by 3 times, and then you nerf the recharge 3 more times, and then you nerf the actual armor piece. Probably not, because I have a...
Call a lawyer face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Yeah, I just wish Bungie didn't dramatically nerf my Sunbracers build, because I destroy Verities every single time I use it. Alright, this is my normal build for Sunbracers. Before they nerf it to the fucking ground. They nerfed the solar grenades, blobs, damage 3 times in a row. That's what stuff nerfs.
Destiny 2 now are together with PlayStation.
Yeah, which is better that way. Because they say they won't spend millions of dollars on the fucking selves instead of saving a damn game like it's supposed to. Yeah, even with Time Vengeance and Vogue, you're only going to get 2 grenades as soon as you cock your Sunbracers. As soon as you throw those 4 grenades, you're only going to get 2 solar grenades throughout the entire damage phase, unless you have someone on your fire team that's using Touch of Flame next to you. That's the only way you're going to get your grenades back. That's how dramatic they nerfed these solar grenades. And on average, I used to be able to one-phase Atheon instantly, getting 7.5, 8.5, 8.8 every single thing I do. And now, since they dramatically nerfed the shit out of the solar grenades, the blobs don't do that much damage, but I can still out-damage Verities with it. This is my normal run for it.
Terrible.
It is. I mean, it's good for the turrets, but you can also just use the turrets for this. You have a healing grenade turret, and you also have the stasis turret with it. You just consume it, and you just throw it down, and boom, you got a healing turret. And technically, during the Grandmaster Exquisition, me and my friends just sat there and constantly threw like 50 healing grenades repeatedly. Because the more you heal your teammates when they're on low health, the faster you get your healing grenades back. That's a good thing about Warlock's Prismatic. So if you switch to the speaker's helmet, so a healing turret, well, stasis turret, switch back, now you got a healing turret with stasis turret. Which heals every 2 seconds.
Look the screen. Nice spaces stones.
So that's basically it, pretty much. So you get both healing turrets and stasis turrets when you combine with this. I still need to get the chest piece though, because I really want to use it. But that's it for this video. I will be recording Last Wish here in about 2 hours. But I'll see you guys later. And I hope, Bungie, I hope you're watching this. Don't fuck the weapon up, please. Until next time, guys.